everyone. Thank you so much for joining me today. This is part 2 of my 2020 holiday music performance. And I thought that today would be kind of fun to do a Christmas carol, Christmas song sing-along. Now, I don't have any way to post the lyrics up on Facebook for each of these songs that I'll be doing today, but if you know the words, feel free to join in and sing whatever makes you happy. So I have a list of old favorites. I've got a list of carols. We've even got a guest artist joining me later. It is going to be a very enjoyable afternoon, I hope. So let's get started with a song that was written in 1962. And this one was used in the TV special Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. How many of us remember watching that show on TV when we were kids? I did. This was written by Johnny Marks. And this song is made famous by Burl Ives, who actually sang it in that TV special. This is Have a Holly Jolly Christmas. Have a holly jolly Christmas. It's the best time of the year. I don't know if there'll be snow, but have a cup of cheer. Have a holly jolly Christmas. And when you walk down the street, say hello to friends you know and everyone you meet. Oh, ho, the mistletoe hung where you can see. Somebody waits for you, kiss them once for me. Have a holly jolly Christmas, and in case you didn't hear, oh my golly, have a holly jolly Christmas this year. Oh, ho, the mistletoe hung where you can see. Somebody waits for you, and kiss them once for me. Have a holly jolly Christmas, and in case you didn't hear, oh by golly, have a holly jolly Christmas this year. Hi, Mom. Hi, Don. Hi, Barbara. Nice to have you both with me today. If you're out there and you're listening, feel free to drop a comment so that I know who I'm saying hi to and can thank for coming today. All right, so that's Holly Jolly Christmas. Next up, we have a tune that was written in 1934 by Felix Bernard and Richard B. Smith. And I neglected to write down a page number for this one, but this is Winter Wonderland. I have to say, too, that I'm having a really good time playing this. Back in the day, I used to play a lot of solo piano work at corporate parties, private parties, dinner parties, and the Christmas season was always my craziest busy season. I had actually put together in the late 80s, early 90s, some sing-along carol books. You can see here it says Sing Along with Nikki. At the bottom of every page, it also says, please return to the pianist, because I brought these with me to every gig. I also doctored up some of the lyrics in here just to see if anybody was paying attention. So as I sing this one, I'm hoping I remember what the right words are. But this is Winter Wonderland. And that is not the page I thought it was on. Oh, page 4, not page 2. Hang on. There we go. Sleigh bells ring, are you listening? Down the lane, snow is glistening. A beautiful sight, we're happy tonight, walking in a winter wonderland. Gone away is the bluebird, here to stay Parson Brown. He'll say, are you married? We'll say, are you kidding? But you can do the job if you're in town. Later on, we'll conspire as we dream by the fire to face unafraid the plans that we made, walking in a winter wonderland. To face unafraid the plans that we made, walking in a winter wonderland. To face unafraid the plans that we made, walking in a winter wonderland. All right, what fun! Gosh, I'd forgotten how much fun it is to be playing Christmas music and singing with people, and I'm sure that all of you are singing out there right along with me, and that makes me very, very happy. Okay, so I thought it might be fun now to switch to the more traditional Christmas carols, and this one was written, the music was written by George Friedrich Handel, and the lyrics by Isaac Watts way back in 1719. Now, at one point, this carol was actually arranged and published by Lowell Mason. And for those of you that are music teachers, you might know or recognize Lowell Mason's name as the father of modern music education in the public schools. Anyway, it also is the most published hymn, Christmas hymn, in all of North America. Any guesses as to what that song might be? Well, if you guessed Joy to the World, you are correct. And I've got two versions of it for you today. Here is Joy to the World, and if you feel like singing along, please do. Joy to the world, the Lord has come. Let earth receive her King. Let every heart prepare him room. And heaven and nature sing. And heaven and nature sing. And heaven and nature sing. He rules the world with truth and grace. It makes the nations prove the glories of His righteousness and wonders of His love, and wonders of His love, and wonders of His love. Okay, I actually have discovered fairly recently a pianist and arranger by the name of Joel Rainey, whose music I absolutely adore. He's only a few years older than me. I'm not going to say how old I am, so I'm sure as heck not going to say how old he is, but we're roughly the same age bracket. And he came up with a quite sizable collection of arrangements of church hymns, seasonal music, and some Christmas carols. Now, I'm about to go out onto uncharted territory here because I found this arrangement just this morning, and I haven't even had a chance to sight read it or learn it. So we're going to go on an adventure, and I would like to sight read for you Joel Rainey's arrangement of Joy to the World. And as I'm looking at it, I can see this probably belongs more in Sister Act than a sing-along, but what the heck? Let's have some fun with this, shall we? Here we go. 1, 2. Here goes nothing. on my list of things to learn. That was fun. Fun, fun, fun. Thank you, Mr. Rainey. And out you go. Okay, next up, we have a beautiful Christmas carol. This one is actually one of my favorites. How many of you choristers and choir singers out there happen to have a copy of this book, Christmas in Song? This thing has been around since I can't even think how long, but this is a staple in most of our libraries and a great resource. Anyway, so this is a Christmas carol that was actually a French hymn tune that was called Gloria. Nobody knows where it came from. The English lyrics were put together by James Chadwick, and he was inspired to write these words from the French Christmas carol called, and please forgive my pronunciation, Les anges dans nos campagnes, which means the angels in our countryside. It was first published in 1843, and one thing that I didn't know was that the lyrics to Angels from the Realms of Glory actually work well with this song. And this song being Angels We Have Heard on High. Angels we have heard on high, sweetly singing o'er the plains, in the mountains in recline, echoing their joyous strains. Gloria in excelsis Deo. Gloria in excelsis Deo. Shepherds, why this jubilee? Why your joyous strains prolong? What the gladsome tidings be, which inspire your heavenly song? Gloria in excelsis Deo. Gloria in excelsis Deo. And that's how you can tell I'm an alto. Did you hear where that break was? In excelsis Deo. Oh boy, what fun. Okay, next up is another song written by Johnny Marks. This one came from 1949, and I cracked up when I read what Mr. Marks thought of this particular song. Even though it sold over 135 million copies, he said that this song was, and I quote, one of the worst ever written. Would you believe he's talking about Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer? You know Dasher and Dancer and Prancer and Vixen, Comet and Cupid and Donner and Blitzen. But do you recall the most famous reindeer of all? Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer had a very shiny nose, and if you ever saw it, you would even say it glows. All of the other reindeer used to laugh and call him names. They never let poor Rudolph join in any reindeer games. Then one foggy Christmas Eve, Santa came to say, Rudolph, with your nose so bright, won't you guide my sleigh tonight? Then all the reindeer loved him as they shouted out with glee, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, you'll go down in history. Now I know that most of us with kids who've gone through school and learned to sing this in school, and maybe ourselves too, probably interjected a few extra lyrics. So what the heck, let's throw those in now too. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, had a very shiny nose like a light bulb. And if you ever saw it, you would even say it glows like a light bulb. All of the other reindeer join in any reindeer games like Monopoly. Then one foggy Christmas Eve, Santa came to say, ho, 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 Rudolph, with your nose so bright, won't you guide my sleigh tonight? Then how the reindeer loved him, as they shouted out with glee, hooray! Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer, you'll go down in history like Columbus. I mean, Lincoln. All right. So that was Rudolph. Definitely not one of the worst songs ever written. Okay. So this next tune is a Welsh melody from actually the 16th century. The English words to this were written around 1862. Nobody knows exactly when, but they're pretty sure it was around 1862 by the Scottish musician Thomas Oliphant. The lyrics to this actually allude to the style of singing in Renaissance madrigals. So pop music today, the lyrics have a lot of, oh yeah, baby, ooh yeah, baby, baby, right? Well, the Renaissance version of oh yeah, baby, baby, repeat those words ad nauseum is actually fa la 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 la, fa la 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 la, fa la 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 la. So that's how we ended up with the fa la las in Deck the Halls. Deck the halls with boughs of holly, fa la 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 la. 'Tis the season to be jolly, fa la 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 la. Don we now our gay apparel, fa la 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 la. Troll the ancient Yuletide carol, fa la 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 la. See the blazing Yule before us, fa la 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 la. Strike the harp and join the chorus, fa la 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 la. Follow me in merry measure, fa la 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 la. While I tell of Yuletide treasure, fa la 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 la. Fast away the old year passes, fa la 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 la. Hail the new ye lads and lasses, fa la 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 la. Sing we joyous all together, fa la 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 la. Wireless of the wind and weather, fa la 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 la. Okay, thank you all so much. Are you having fun out there? I am. I am having a blast, and I'm so glad you're all here to celebrate the season with me. Okay, this next tune is another French carol, this one from Provence, dating from the 17th century, and this one was actually not originally a Christmas carol, but believe it or not, a court dance for French nobility. How about that? This melody was actually used in 1672 by Marc-Antoine Charpentier as a drinking song. Can you believe that? What fun. Anyway, I'm not going to sing this one because I got to give my voice a break for a second, but this is, and if you know it, Bring a Torch, Jeanette Isabella. Thanks. This next carol is a request from the most wonderful husband in the world. Not yours, mine. So this next tune is The Holly and the Ivy. This is a traditional British carol, and the version we know today was actually collected by an English folk song collector. His name was Cecil Sharp, and he got this from a woman in, oh God, am I going to pronounce this right? Gloucestershire? 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 Gloucestershire. Her name was Mary Clayton, way back in 1909. So those of you that that have knowledge of classical music may also know that Bela Bartok was also a folk song collector from Romania. Well, Cecil Sharp did the same thing, but with English folk songs. And this is how he ended up with The Holly and the Ivy. Now, so let's give this one a listen. Oh my gosh, and I'm looking at a different version of the music. Okay, never mind then. I'm not going to look at the notes. That's not the version I know. Here's what's in the book. That was not what I was expecting. What I was expecting was this one. Yet another case of one set of words and who knows how many melodies to go with them. On a side note from that, for those of you that read hymnals in your church services, should you go, you'll notice that at the bottom of each page, there's a bunch of numbers followed by periods. 8.6.8.6. What those are the syllable count for each phrase of the hymnal. Now, for the Holly and the Ivy, which I already forgot what page that was. let me look it up here real quick. For the Holly and the Ivy, page 53. Well, in this book is page 53. The numbers at the bottom would have said 7, 7.6. 9. So 7696. Therefore, any other set of lyrics that matches that syllable count, you can put in to the Holly and the Ivy. And that's how Gilligan's Island fits with Amazing Grace. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now was found, was blind, but now can see. So now you know what we do, what musicians do during a sermon when the sermon gets a little bit too long. Okay, but that's enough of that. Now, for probably one of the most beloved Christmas songs ever performed, definitely not the worst song ever written, probably one of the best. Every list you look at on an internet search of top, insert your favorite number, Christmas songs of all time, this tune will always be at the top of the list. It was written by Robert Wells and Mel Torme in 1945, but in July of 1945. According to Wikipedia, so here's what Wikipedia says about this. And I quote, according to Torme, this song was written in July during a blistering hot summer, and in an effort to stay cool by thinking cool, the most performed, well, according to BMI, the most performed Christmas song was born. Torme says, I saw a spiral pad on Wells's piano with 4 lines written in pencil. They said, chestnuts roasting, Jack Frost nipping, Yuletide carols, folks dressed up like Eskimos. Well, Robert Wells, Bob didn't think he was writing a song lyric. He said he thought if he could immerse himself in winter, he could cool off. And that's why he was writing all these little snippets of things that are in winter that would help him stay cool. Well, 40 minutes later, that song was written. Torme says, I wrote all the music and some of the lyrics. And this is, as I'm sure you guessed by now, Chestnuts Roasting on an Open Fire, whose official title is The Christmas Song. Chestnuts roasting on an open fire, Jack Frost nipping at your nose, Yuletide carols being sung by a choir, and folks dressed up like Eskimos. Everybody knows a turkey and some mistletoe will help to make the season bright. Tiny tots with their eyes all aglow will find it hard to sleep tonight. They know that Santa's on his way. He's bringing lots of toys and goodies on his sleigh. And every mother's child is gonna try to see if reindeer really know how to fly. And so I'm offering this simple phrase to kids from 1 to 92. Although it's been said many times, many ways, Merry Christmas to you. And so I'm offering this simple phrase to kids from 1 to 92. Although it's been said many times, many ways, Merry Christmas to you. Gosh, that song just gives me the warm fuzzies. It really does. All right, this next song is actually not a song. It's going to end up being a poem. And this one was requested by my mother-in-law. She was really hoping that I could do Fred Waring's recording of The Night Before Christmas. So I looked this up on YouTube, and oh my gosh, it is phenomenal. Fred Waring and the Pennsylvanians. If you get a chance to listen to this, folks, you really should. It's the entire story of The Night Before Christmas and a whole bunch of Christmas carols thrown in the middle of it. And unfortunately, the music I ordered didn't arrive in time. So I'm not able to play it, and I'm sorry for that. But what I could do in its place is read you the poem by Clement C. Moore, The Night Before Christmas. Here goes. 'Twas the night before Christmas, when all through the house not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. The stockings were hung by the chimney with care, in hopes that St. Nicholas soon would be there. The children were nestled all snug in their beds, while visions of sugar plums danced in their heads. And Mama in her kerchief and I in my cap had just settled our brains for a long winter's nap, when out on the lawn there arose such a clatter, I sprang from my bed to see what was the matter. Away to the window I flew like a flash, tore open the shutters and threw open the sash. The moon on the breast of the new fallen snow gave the luster of midday to the objects below. When what to my wondering eyes should appear but a miniature sleigh and 8 tiny reindeer, with a little old driver so lively and quick, I knew in a moment he must be Saint Nick. More rapid than eagles his coursers they came, and he whistled and shouted and called them by name. Now Dasher, now Dancer, now Prancer and Vixen, on Comet, on Cupid, on Donner and Blitzen, to the top of the porch, to the top of the wall. Now dash away, dash away, dash away all, as leaves that before the wild hurricane fly, when they meet with an obstacle, mount to the sky. So up to the housetop, the coursers they flew, with the sleigh full of toys, and St. Nicholas too. And then, in a twinkling, I heard on the roof the prancing and pawing of each little hoof. As I drew in my head and was turning around, down the chimney St. Nicholas came with a bound. He was dressed all in fur, from his head to his foot, and his clothes were all tarnished with ashes and soot. A bundle of toys he had flung on his back, and he looked just like a peddler opening his pack. His eyes, how they twinkled! His dimples, how merry! His cheeks were like roses, and his nose like a cherry. His droll little mouth was drawn up like a bow, and the beard on his chin was as white as the snow. The stump of a pipe he held tight in his teeth, and the smoke, it encircled his head like a wreath. He had a broad face and a little round belly that shook when he laughed like a bowl full of jelly. He was chubby and plump, a right jolly old elf, and I laughed when I saw him in spite of myself. A wink of his eye and a twist of his head soon gave me to know I had nothing to dread. He spoke not a word, but went straight to his work and filled all the stockings, then turned with a jerk, and laying his finger aside of his nose and giving a nod, up the chimney he rose. He sprang to his sleigh, to his team gave a whistle, and away they all flew like the down of a thistle. But I heard him exclaim ere he drove out of sight, Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night. God, what a sap I am. I'm actually crying at this. Good Lord. Okay. Well, give me a second here. The next song I have on my list is a beautiful, beautiful tune that was actually written as a Christmas carol, sure, but it was written in late 1962. Now, those of you that know your history and that also may have lived through this, I didn't because I was a baby, so what do I know about this? But in late 1962, we were in the midst of possibly going to war with Cuba because of the Cuban Missile Crisis. Well, the songwriters of this song, Noel Regney and Gloria Shane, who at the time were married, they're not anymore, had written this as a, and I quote, a plea for peace during the Cuban Missile Crisis. That put a whole new spin on this song, Do You Hear What I Hear? Said the night wind to the little lamb, do you see what I see? Way up in the sky, little lamb, do you see what I see? A star, dancing in the night, with a tail as big as a kite, with a tail as big as a kite. Said the little lamb to the shepherd boy, do you hear what I hear? Ringing through the sky, shepherd boy, do you hear what I hear? A song, high above the trees, with a voice as big as the sea, with a voice as big as the sea. Said the shepherd boy to the mighty king, do you know what I know? people everywhere. Listen to what I say. Pray for peace, people everywhere. Listen to what I say. The child sleeping in the night, he will bring us goodness and light. He will bring us goodness and light. The child sleeping in the night, he will bring us goodness and light. He will bring us goodness and light. Thank you. I will tell you, I was about 10 months old when that whole Cuban Missile Crisis was going on, so that's why I don't remember anything of what was going on during that time. But I imagine it was a pretty scary time for a lot of folks, and I'm never going to listen to that song the same way ever again. All right, so this next song is a beautiful melody by the Italian composer Pietro Jan, which was written in 1917. What's really cool about this next one is that it quotes the carol, the refrain of the carol "O Come All Ye Faithful," but the Latin words "Adeste Fidelis" as its refrain. The melody was used by the composer Frederick H. Martins in his carol with the English lyrics "When Blossoms Flowered Mid the Snows." This is Gesù Bambino. Now I'm going to do my very best to sing this. It goes a little bit high at the end, so all you sopranos out there, I might need some help from you. All right, here we go. And of course, this is in a different key, but I'm only looking at the words anyway, so. When blossoms flowered mid the snows upon a winter night, was born the child, the Christmas rose, the King of love and light. The angels sing, the shepherds sing, the grateful earth rejoiced. And at his blessed birth, the stars their exaltation voiced. Oh, come, let us adore him. Oh, come, let us adore him. Oh, come, let us adore him. Christ the Lord. Again the heart with rapture glows to greet the holy night that gave the world its Christmas rose, its King of love and light. Let every voice acclaim his name, the grateful chorus swell. From paradise to earth they came, that we within him dwell. Take pages. Oh, come, let us adore him. Oh, come, let us adore Christ the Lord. Oh, come, let us adore him. Adore him, Christ the Lord. Oh, come. Oh, oh, come, let us adore him. Let us adore him. Christ the Lord. What a gorgeous song! Oh my heavens. Thank you. Okay, next up, going back to the Christmas in Song book, we are looking at a song that is dating it from at least the mid-19th century, but you know, it might have been around earlier than that too. This song was sung traditionally as people would go from door to door, exchanging gifts and or holiday greetings with their neighbors. If you know the words to Here We Come a-Caroling, please sing with me. Here we come a-caroling among the leaves so green. Here we come a-wandering so fair to be seen. Love and joy come to you, and to you glad Christmas too. And God bless you and send you a happy new year. And God send you a happy new year. We are not daily beggars that beg from door to door, but we are neighbors' children whom you have seen before. Love and joy come to you, and to you Christmas too. And God bless you and send you a happy new year. And God send you a happy new year. One more verse. God bless the master of this house, likewise the mistress too, and all the little children that round the table go. Love and joy come to you, and to you glad Christmas too. And God bless you and send you a happy new year. And God send you a happy new year. Whew. Okay, next. Thumpity, thumpity, thump, thump, thumpity, thump, thump. Look at this guy go. This song was written in 1950 by Walter Rollins, his nickname was Jack, and Steve Nelson. This was recorded by Gene Autry that same year and became a pretty decent hit. Now, if I got to get my lyrics straightened out here, would you believe in none of the songbooks I have, Frosty the Snowman is nowhere to be seen? I don't have the words to this. Thank goodness for Google. All right. Frosty the Snowman. Frosty the Snowman was a jolly, happy soul with a corncob pipe and a button nose and two eyes made out of coal. Frosty the Snowman is a fairy tale, they say. He was made of snow, but the children know how he came to life one day. There must have been some magic in that old top hat they found, for when they placed it on his head, he began to dance around. Oh, Frosty the Snowman was alive as he could be, and the children say he could laugh and play just the same as you and me. Frosty the Snowman was a jolly, happy happy soul, with a corncob pipe and a button nose and two eyes made out of coal. Frosty the Snowman is a fairy tale, they say. He was made of snow, but the children know how he came to life one day. There must have been some magic in that old top hat they found, for when they placed it on his head, he began to dance around. So Frosty the Snowman knew the sun was hot that day, so he said, let's run and we'll have some fun now before I melt away. Down to the village, oh shoot. I'm gonna trust you guys know the words of this part. Only paused a minute when they heard him holler, stop! Frosty the Snowman had to hurry on his way, but he waved goodbye saying, don't you cry, I'll be back again someday. Thumpity thump thump, thumpity thump thump, look at Frosty go. Thumpity thump thump, thumpity thump thump, over the hills of snow. But he waved goodbye saying, don't you cry, I'll be back again someday. Oh my heavens. Oh my heavens. Nikki, you got to double check your lyrics before you start singing them. All right. Next up, here it is. We have the beautiful Christmas Carol by Edmund Sears. Thank you, Scott. By Edmund Sears, way back in 1849. Interestingly, he also wrote the poem that was used as the basis for this Christmas Carol. This is It Came Upon a Midnight Clear. Now, the poem has 4 stanzas in it, but I'm only going to sing 2 for right now. Just to, in the interest of time to keep things moving here. All right. So if you're singing along, we're going to do verses 1 and 2. Hang on a second. Here we go. It came upon the midnight clear, that glorious song of old, from angels bending near the earth to touch their harps of gold. Peace on the earth, goodwill to men, from heaven's all gracious King. The world in solemn stillness lay, to hear the angels sing. Still through the cloven skies they come, with peaceful wings unfurled, and still their heavenly music floats o'er all the weary world. Above its sad and lonely plains they bend on hovering wing, and ever o'er its babel sounds the blessed angels sing. Okay. Next, we have a Christmas carol that was written in 1818, has become a beloved Christmas song, or Christmas carol, excuse me, for generations upon generations. It has been translated into so many languages, I can't even count how many. The original story behind Silent Night, written by Franz Gruber with lyrics by Joseph Mohr, is as follows. Franz Gruber was, I can't remember if he was the pastor, one of the priests, or the music director at a very tiny Catholic church in Oberndorf by Salzburg in Austria. Christmas Eve morning, 1818, they went into the church to rehearse with the choir for the Christmas Eve service that evening, most likely for midnight mass. And they discovered they couldn't get a sound out of the organ. Well, a quick check to see what was wrong, troubleshooting this, troubleshooting that, discovered that somehow during the night, some mice had gotten in there and chewed through the leather that that the bellows for the organ were made out of. And with no bellows, there's no sound. And there wasn't time to get the bellows repaired. So they had to come up with a plan B real quick. So the two of them sat down and wrote this piece for soprano duet and guitar. And that's what they used as their plan B instead of whatever the piece they had originally planned. And you know, it's funny, in the annals of history, nobody knows what they had originally programmed for midnight mass that night. But everybody knows Silent Night, the plan B that became a huge success. When I was in high school in choir, I learned the German words to this. When I was in my high school Spanish classes, Senor Carrasco, my teacher, taught us the words in Spanish. Knowing that I have some cousins listening in Italy right now, ciao e buon Natale ai miei cugini. Questa canzone è per te. I'm going to sing it in Italian as well. This is Silent Night. One verse in English, one verse in German, one verse in Spanish, and one verse in Italian. Why not? Silent night, holy night, all is calm, all is bright, round yon virgin mother and child, holy infant, so tender and mild, sleep in heavenly peace, sleep in heavenly peace. Stille Nacht, heilige Nacht, alles schläft, einsam wacht, nur das rote hochheilige Paar, wo der Knabe im lockigen Haar schlaf in himmlischer Ruhe, schlaf in himmlischer Ruhe. Noche de paz, noche de amor, todo duerme alrededor, sobre el santo niño Jesús, una estrella esparce su luz, brilla sobre el rey, brilla sobre el rey. Astro del cielo, parco divin, mite agnello redentor, tu chi fatti da lunghi sognar, tu che angeliche voci nunziar, luce d'une argente, pace infondi nel cuore, luce d'une argente, pace infondi nel cuore. No matter what language you sing it in, it is just the most beautiful song. So, we do have a guest artist coming in a few minutes. Don't go away. I think you're going to be quite tickled when you see what they have prepared for you. Okay. I am going to now sing for you and play for you and sing with your help, I hope, the beautiful Cantique de Noël by Adolphe Adam which was written in 1847. The lyrics to this were actually a French poem, and please bear with me, my French isn't so hot. Minuit chrétien by Placide Cappeau. Well, if I pronounced it wrong, you'll get the meaning though. Minuit chrétien is midnight Christian. This is Oh Holy Night. You know what? I am not going to sing this. I'm going to let you guys sing it. This was my father's favorite Christmas carol, by the way. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, indeed, it is a beautiful piece. And Barbara, thank you for singing. I know you can hit those high A flats. Me, not unless somebody were goosing me really hard. Okay, I've got two more songs for you today. One of them is an absolute staple. No matter what Christmas carol sing along you go to, everybody always sings this. And this is the composer. You know what? Nobody knows who wrote this. Music, lyrics, nobody knows. What they do know is that this is an English folk song from the 16th century. So how did it become popular? Not until 1935. All those years. Can you imagine? That's when Arthur Warrell, I never heard of him either. Arthur Warrell arranged it in 1935 for a madrigal group that he was directing. And that's when the song suddenly became quite renowned. This is We Wish You a Merry Christmas. And I do wish you a very Merry Christmas and a very Happy New Year and an incredibly prosperous in every way you can think of that matters 2021. We wish you a Merry Christmas. Here we go. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Good tidings we bring to you and your kin. Good tidings for Christmas and a Happy New Year. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Okay, now our last song today. This one is going to feature a guest artist. Some of you know this guest artist quite well. Some of you have never met this guest artist. But this guest artist shares the same last name I do. Imagine that. This guest artist is also a heck of a lot better trumpet player than I am. Thank goodness for that. My eldest, Charlie Kerns, is home from college where they are attending school in Oregon as a music ed major and a psychology minor. And thankfully brought their trumpet home with them. Also brought home 17 bags of fabric, so I haven't been able to see my sewing machine since they've been home, but that's a whole other story. Anyway, we were having so much fun playing this that we decided we're going to play it for you. So without further ado, let's do Leroy Anderson's Sleigh Ride. Another one that was written during a heat wave in the middle of July, 1946. Here we go. This one's a real workout. Come here. Everybody say hi to Charlie.
Hi.
Yes, Charlie can play a lot more notes than that on the trumpet, but I couldn't resist. We had to have a real honest-to-gosh trumpet horse Winnie on this. So thank you very much, Charlie, for your help. So, and I thank you also for joining me today.
Now that'll be $50. Thank you.
What do you mean that'll be $50? Boy, kids these days, I tell you. Anyway, that was great fun. So I hope this puts a smile on your face and lets you get through the last weekend of holiday prep and the craziness and all that. With a smile. Sorry, my ear still hasn't recovered from that. I wish you all a very Merry Christmas, a very Happy New Year, a very healthy New Year, and much better luck for all of us next year. I hope Santa brings you everything you could possibly ask for. And I guess that's it. Thank you all so much. And next gig is 2 weeks from today, which is, I'm not even sure what day that is. Oh my God, is that New Year's Day? No, January 2nd. I'll have to figure out a really cool theme for that. All right, folks. Thank you very much. Have a great rest of your weekend. Take care and bye-bye.
There you go.